Welcome to Mad Lab TV. I'm here with the Mad Lab, Mike Iurato, breaking down this week's main event, McGregor, Poirier 2, UFC 257. I'm fucking psyched. I'm really psyched because I have another business, and me and my other two business partners, we rented a house in Palm Springs here, California, for the weekend. The Mad Lab will be joining us Friday night, so we're going to be doing the live stream for the members only, outside in the pool. It's supposed to, it might rain. I hope it don't fucking, yeah.
So, we'll be like fucking Flash Dancer out there.
I know, but we got a fucking heated pool, and I really wanted to enjoy, do my laps. I'm doing my laps! What movie is that from?
That's from fucking...
Shut up, Dad!
One Crazy Summer.
I'm doing my laps, you guys! I'm doing my laps!
One Crazy Summer.
Remember?
Wait, what does he go? He goes...
Teddy! I'm doing my laps!
He goes, you know what happens, Teddy? You gotta go to work, Teddy.
No!
Don't say that word.
Don't say that word!
Anything but that word. Work, Teddy. Hi, Daddy.
I'm doing my laps!
Anyway, guys, this is Anthony Busciglio. He never fucking introduces himself.
I'm Anthony Busciglio, all right? That's all you gotta fucking know.
We're doing the main event breakdown, brought to you by the Mayo Media Network. These guys do a boatload of content.
Mayo.
Pat is, running a very good ship over there. I mean, he pretty much is owning the media space now, so we're honored to be a part of it. Thank you.
Great guy.
Great guy, great network. I just did a show with him and Brett Appley. It was super productive. I hope you guys definitely check that out. But what we're going to do here is we're going to do a quick breakdown of the main event. We're going to keep it within 5-10 minute range and give us your thoughts. So what are you looking at first look on this?
Okay, so let me just be very clear and real here.
Guys, this is coming from a guy who called Carlos fucking Conduit.
Hold on. Listen, I was a boxing guy forever, and I had this thing with like, you know what, boxing's pure. I don't like the UFC. And I didn't really get into it until about 3-4 years ago when you started really humming strong with what you were doing with the content, and obviously, and I was like, all right, so I started watching and got really into it. Of course, I was a big Conor fan when I watched it. So I didn't know a lot of history. I didn't actually see Conor Poirier 1, McGregor Poirier 1. I didn't actually see that live back then. I wasn't watching it back then like that. I've watched since then. I love Conor. I think he's fucking great. I think he's great. That last Poirier Hooker fight was just... It just gave me a whole new level of respect for Poirier. Watching that fifth round, I thought it was 2-2 going into the fifth.
Yeah.
And then just the guts in that fifth round, bro. Wow, I don't know, man. I know where you're leaning. But I could see it going the distance, and I could see Poirier winning by a decision, avoiding the knockout, and winning with the volume. But I'm gonna do whatever you say. I'm just saying.
I don't think this is going to the decision either way.
You think that it's possible knockout Poirier to knock out McGregor?
I think if Conor wins, Conor's going to knock him out within 3. And I think if Poirier wins, Poirier's going to finish him late. And that's the way I'm looking at it. Because
is the last time Conor got finished when he got submitted by Diaz?
The last time.
Khabib submitted him, of course, but I don't even count that. Because Khabib's on a whole other level.
Right, but you also got to look at this. You got to look at listen. A lot of people look at Nate Diaz as this big fucking superstar.
I know he wasn't.
He's really not. I mean, if you look at his record, he's really, really not.
He was just somebody that was fighting at a heavier weight class, so they made it like
he doesn't hit hard.
Yeah,
he hits with volume.
He's just tough.
He's a tough kid. Great grappling, but he hits with volume. Poirier hits hard.
He does.
And he hits with volume, and he's very accurate. So if this thing goes deep, and he does have these cardio,
he gets in a rhythm, and then you see his confidence start
like magnets in his glove.
Yes, and he gets into a rhythm, and then he's very accurate.
Very accurate. So but if you look at it from a DraftKings perspective, you got 9,200 for Conor. You have Poirier 7,100. Both of these guys hold value. You have Conor, who 8 of his last 10 fights over 100 points. 4 first
8 of his last 10, he's covered value by far.
Yeah, 4 of his 4 first round finishes. 4 second round finishes. So you're looking for that window, right? Then you go back on Poirier, 7 of his 10 fights over 100. There's another guy who holds serious value. Last time he was KO'd was by Michael Johnson in 2017. But if you look at that knockout, Michael Johnson's that same kind of fighter. He's cerebral. He doesn't waste punches. He's looks for his target. He makes sure he has his shot, and he changes an angle, and boom, and he goes. And if you watch that knockout, it was fucking devastating. But since then, Poirier has grown, right? I think we all...
He's not the same fighter when he got fucking knocked out.
He's not the same fighter. However, Conor's grown. You know, but you also got to look at this. You got to be very skeptical of that because Conor does have that John Jones-esque way about him with the media. He knows how to sell the media to make him think he's a good boy or to make him think he's a bad boy. So right now he's selling the media and selling the people looking like, I'm a good boy. I learned. I'm with my kids. I got a family, this and that. So you really don't know. You don't know how he's marketing this right now. But I do like the way he looks right now. And the way I see this is, like I explained on Pat Mayo's show with Brett, is that what does people always say? Poirier's never been in a boring fight.
Never.
That's not good. For us, it's great.
Yeah.
For a fighter, that's not good because it takes two to
Against
tango.
the guy with a lethal.
You know, it takes two to tango. So this is a guy who's taking
Let
down.
me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you like that McGregor's not being his old self and talking shit? I feel like Ferguson recently, same kind of weird thing where he wasn't his normal self in the interviews pre-fight going in. He got fucking demolished. And there was another guy before that, same kind of thing you were telling me. Like, it didn't seem himself. He wasn't as hard going into the fight. And he lost to, I forgot who it was.
Ferguson's a different animal, though. Ferguson, I honestly think with the Ferguson fight is this is a guy who, you're talking about Conor who has an attitude issue.
But you think he's just matured?
I think he's matured. When you talk about somebody like Ferguson, this is a guy who, like I said, you don't know what's going on from a medical standpoint with Ferguson. He can have things that really kind of leveling him out, that'll take your sharpness away.
We talked about that last time.
We talked about that last time. Conor's a little bit different. Conor's just more of an attitude issue. You know, but, you know, this is a guy who is so fucking cerebral, dude. Like, he creates these scenarios and he visualizes things. He's very, very creative.
What have you heard about his camp? Because I know, I've watched a couple of his on Poirier. He's dialed in. But what have you heard about Conor's camp?
The thing with Conor is this, is when you have money.
That's what I'm afraid of.
You have, no. When you have money, this is the thing. He doesn't need the money. He's not coming back to it because he needs the money. He doesn't need the money. This guy's he fucking came in on a fucking ship that looked like the Titanic to fucking Abu Dhabi. Opened up a fucking cup of coffee, waving at everybody like it was the fucking president.
But you'd be surprised when you make that kind of money, how fast you fucking spend money.
Of course, but,
you know
but here's the thing. He's got the funds to have any kind of camp he wants.
Yeah.
The best nutrition, the best supplementations, the best, everything.
Say that again.
Supplementations.
Yeah, that go undetected.
Right. So
we're not making accusations.
Right.
I'm just saying.
So you're looking about a guy, that has an endless account to do whatever he needs to do if he wants to do it. I always thought that Conor would be best served if he went to another camp. I have a lot of respect for them over there, but I think that if he would have went somewhere else and maybe really fine-tuned to his wrestling and not that he's a bad wrestler, but I think he could have extracted much more out of his career. But this fight, I just see it more of the same. I think he's going to be a little bit more cerebral this time. I think Poirier's there to be hit. I think the deeper this goes, Poirier is going
deeper goes better for Poirier.
Better for Poirier because you cannot let him get in that kind of a rhythm.
His confidence starts building, then you got to watch out.
His confidence starts building, and he's not a pitter-pat striker. He's not like, Diaz where he's throwing that stock and slap. He's throwing crisp punches down the center line.
Yes.
So there's value on both sides, but, I think in a large field GPP setting, Poirier does hold clear value if it goes into the later rounds. And you got kind of a smaller window with Conor because he's not a volume striker.
Yep.
But Poirier's going to extract volume out of him. He's going to make him fight. So there's value on both sides. I mean, but...
at 7,100...
I wouldn't fade this fight at all. I definitely would grab both sides.
If it goes 5 rounds, even at 7,100 with the volume,
yeah,
even in a loss...
No, you got to remember, though, too, everyone's path to victory for Poirier here, like the casuals. If he takes him down, he grapples him. Yeah, we know he's got a better submission game, but Conor's not a bad grappler. Conor's not a bad wrestler. You know what I mean? He's really, really nice. He's very underrated. People think, look, Khabib ragdolled him. He ragdolls fucking everybody. Ragdolled Poirier.
But he did go 4 rounds with him. I'm saying Conor did. He had some moments in that fight.
His wrestling and
it
grappling.
It like Khabib waxed him.
Is very underrated.
He had some moments with him. He had a lot more moments than him than most people do.
You know how fucking long you would last with me in the cage?
Fucking all 5, no problem. Bush by decision.
Bush by fucking decision.
What's the official pick?
That's what I'm getting to now. So they both hold value, so I wouldn't fade these guys on any end of the spectrum. Like I said, I teach a 10 lineup for the more, the person who doesn't have those endless funds that could throw 30, 40 lineups. We teach a 10 lineup construction. So I would definitely play, a little bit of each of these guys. But my official pick to win the fight is Conor.
10 lineups. If you had to put a guy in each one, 7 Conor, 3 Dustin, 6 Conor, 4 Dustin.
That I really can't get into that. for the mere fact that I don't know about the rest of the card. There's so much value on this.
Yeah. Of
There
course.
really is. There's a couple punt plays on here.
And there's 11 or 12 fights.
Right.
12.
So it really depends on the way it falls. I build my lineups, and I said this on the network, I build my lineups from the bottom up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it really depends the way things fall. But if things start chipping away where I'm like, dude, there's so many guys up top or the higher mid-range that I like, Poirier just fits there, the weight may change a little bit.
Are you going to put a bet in?
There's one bet that I'm looking at. I will not bet this fight because the casuals are juicing this line too much.
Yeah, for sure.
I think this, personally for me, I think this line should be like minus 160 Conor. I think that's a fair line.
Yeah, I think it's Dustin being at plus, what is it now, 240?
Yeah, but Conor's like over 300 now.
That's fucking crazy.
It's insane. But that's the casuals, juicing the line.
Yeah.
I think Pat called it, he called it Conor tax.
That's actually good.
It's great, right?
Yeah, I like that.
So, I definitely would not bet the fight. I wouldn't even tie it in a parlay because
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't even tie it in a parlay. There is one thing that I did see is, and I got to see if I'm correct because I looked at it late last night, but there is something that says over 1.5 minus 135.
That's fucking great.
I mean, that's.
You got to think that Poirier's not going to let that happen again.
Right, but it's not even that. It's the game plan that you know now, blueprinting going in.
That's what I'm saying.
You have a whiteboard. You don't know this guy, is he beatable? Then you say, okay, wait a minute. Well, we know that his grappling can be had.
Yep.
We know that his cardio is something that's wired within his genetics. You can be the best cardio you have, but it doesn't mean my best cardio is going to be your best cardio.
Yeah.
So you know that's a clear issue. So if his game plan is to kind of stay away and pop shot him and just kind of keep it moving and try to get a beat on him, then next thing you know, this thing's over 1.5.
Yep.
So if that's the true line, if that's really what I did see, I'm almost purely positive that's what I did. That's definitely something to focus in on.
Awesome, I love it. Hey, check out the Mad merch. This is one of our brand new shirts that Mike designs everything. The Mad Lab designs all our stuff. We're so lucky to have that the Mad Lab's a designer. He designed everything in the site. We're doing a daily pass for UFC 257. Tickets for a test drive, $19.99. You get full access until Sunday. Fight breakdowns, DFS, the podcast, Labology podcast, the live stream from Palm Desert, private chat in Discord, which is on fucking fire every time. We have so much fun. We're literally chatting the whole fight. Everybody, who's winning, who's posting screenshots, who's hitting their parlays, who's doing their binks. I mean, like, it's fucking funny, right?
Right.
And we have a great time. So come check us out, themadlivemma.com. Let's fucking crush it. And official pick is Conor McGregor once again.